As
All right, fellas.
there he is.
Hi,
Hey,
way from
Snow
the hill,
Dog.
buddy. Away
You're
from
like-
the hill. No water, no heat.
You're like Jack Nicholson
Y'all
in The
lucky you
Shining.
can't smell me.
Wow. Just another wrench in the basketball season, huh, Dan?
Another day in paradise. Can't be.
Where's this thing cutting out now?
And I left Manhattan Beach.
Oh well, it's snowing in Texas too, Dan. So what
There you
how have
go.
how have you dealt with this week and the weather and everything, and tell me, what the plans are for this weekend? You're still going with the assumption you're playing, right?
Well, yes, yesterday was a milestone for me. By my recollection, that's the first practice in 50 years I've ever met that wasn't job related. In other words, I've been recruiting and maybe missed one, or
Yeah.
I had to speak and maybe missed one, or I had to go to a basketball meetings when I was in high school and may have missed some. But to have missed a practice for any other reason, I believe that was the first one, if I can remember. So that was a milestone. So yesterday, but from what I understand, from all accounts, players, staff, it was good practice. They were energetic, and I didn't expect anything different. And from what I understand, we got that type of results with this team because that's who they are. We are not going to play Friday night. We're going to play Saturday, Sunday. So we'll be leaving out of here Friday morning or noon. We'll practice here. Noon o'clock, about noon, we'll leave to go to Cincinnati, fly from Cincinnati into Houston. So, bit of a run, but doable. And we're going to run into a very good team when we get there.
So Dan, Saturday is still at 3:00.
Saturday at 3. I have no idea about that one.
Well, it was scheduled, both of them Friday and Saturday were scheduled at 3:00.
Well, it'll be at 3:00. It'll
What-
probably
and
be
what-
3:00 Friday, 3:00 Sunday.
3:00 Sunday
And
also.
we'll
Okay.
probably, my guess will be flying back out on a Monday because I don't see catching a flight to get back in here. Because we'll probably play 6:00. Yeah, it'd have to be coming back in here Monday.
That's better than not playing the series at all, though, right, Coach? Being able to adjust.
Well, I like to play basketball. So, anytime I miss a game, I'm disappointed. So win or lose,
Well, tell us about Rice.
Play our style offensively. Not a big post-up team. Most of their points are from the guards. They're not as proficient, and they do a pretty good job, but they're not as athletic with their bigs as we are. So they don't get the dunks and the quick runs to the basket that we do, but they do have pretty good bodies. Guards get up in there and they can feed and hit the pick and roll guy or the roll guy. So they have a little bit of the roll, maybe not the full package, but enough to keep you honest. And then after that, they can shoot. They can really shoot, and they're dangerous from all four positions, other than center from the outside. So, we're going to have to really get into them and cut down on their effectiveness from shooting from threes. But even with that, they're going to get them off some. We've got to be proficient on our end, make sure we score enough points to beat them.
A lot of long rebounds.
I hope not. I hope it go in the basket on one end.
No, for them.
Oh,
For Rice.
okay. Probably anytime you shoot a little further out, you get a little long. But that kind of is pretty good for us. We have good rebounding guards. So, we'll see. Again, I don't think it's anything that we have to really game plan it. We're going to use what we do. Just knowing that their guards can shoot behind screens or come over top and shoot quickly, and they draw. And if you come in off the sides, and you don't close out well, they shoot it quick, and they're capable of penetrating, kicking back out, shooting three. So our closeouts have to be really good, and they have to be all the way out. And we got to try to control as much as possible the penetration so that we don't have to draw defenders from the wings. So, you know, we'll see. Probably they're saying the same thing to their team. You know, that they defending us basically the same.
Well, what do you like the best about the way your team has played the last few weeks? I know that you've wanted to get the continuity and you've started to, but it seems like the guys are sharing the basketball really well right now.
Well, we had you know, what I saw, we were struggling a little bit. And what I saw was that we were waiting on the first pick and roll and not really just moving the ball. The pick and roll is better when you jumble the defense a little bit before you actually come to a pick and roll. And if you come to a pick and roll real late and it's set and everybody can get ready defensively, it's a lot harder than if you're running actions and then all of a sudden you hit the pick and roll, down he goes, and you've moved the defense some. So when we looked at that, I told him we got to start dribble-ats and delays and our 21s, and we've got to give a steady diet of variety and not a steady diet of the same thing. So I thought we had gotten into a habit of holding for that first pick and roll, and that was the first action. And I think we're a much better team when we have other actions and go into the pick and roll. In the last few games, we've done that better. The kids reacted to our practices and the staff's coaching, and we saw the effect. We started shooting. Plus, you know, we came home. We've increased our shooting percentages the last 10 games, and they've been on the road. And when you increase shooting percentages on the road, you get a real flood when you get home. And you know, we have a chance, and that's what homes do for you. They get a better rhythm. You get more confident. We just hadn't had it. This team has faced some adversity, but we're still standing.
You look at this weekend slate of games too, and I mean this is sort of a movers and a shakers type weekend. You look at the top three teams in the East; they're all on the road to the West, and how important is it? I know that it's a road series, and all road series are hard, but if you all come out of this thing with a pair of wins, you're sitting really well coming up.
Well, yeah, I agree. I mean, obviously, every time you win, you get a better position. So that goes without saying. But you know, again, they're a much better team than was expected. They play everybody close. They've been very competitive everywhere, and so we got our work cut out for us. But you know, I'm not one of these doom days you have to have or you don't have to have. Basketball's played the last game. That's when you have to have. If you want to go doomsday, yeah, you're right. You better win that last one. You're going home. So, you know, whatever happens, we'll be around and we're competitive. And obviously we can, you know, I thought we played Western, who's on top of the league, and we'll find out about North Texas, but Western's on top of the league. And obviously we can play with them after being 14 days off. So, you know, we're going to go into the tournament a potent team. This is a little bit of importance about the seeding. I'm not sure how they're doing it, whether there's 2 byes in the East and 2 byes in the West, or 1 on each place. I'm not sure how they're doing that, but regardless, doesn't matter. When we get there, we got to win ball games, and when they get there, they have to win. So, and we're going to be in the thick of things. We got a good ball club.
I know that there's been so much talk about, you know, Tavion and Jared and Andy, but it seems like Jansen and Mike are starting to be more consistent too. And it might not be double figures every night, and it might not be a ton of rebounds every night, but the production that you're getting collectively from those two has seemed to sort of steady itself over the last few weeks too.
Well, I really think, you know, I'm going to say our guards have kind of established a given. They're going to be very competitive, and they're going to have good games against anybody. Jansen and Mike are the biggest keys with Obina. Those 3 and Gorin. I'll put Gorin in there too. Those four are huge keys for our team. One, like you said, stats aren't important for those guys. Playing well is, because a lot of the ball is dominated by our guards and things. So they may not have the huge stats, but what they do when they do it, and if they do it efficiently, it opens everything up for those guards. And Jansen standing on the side to shoot, and Mike standing on the side to shoot, you can see the coaches telling them to get out to them. So that leaves, and I don't know if you watched the last game, but they were so afraid of our dunks on the pick and roll that they were checking the roll guy, and then Jared and Tavion and Andy went right in late. I don't know how many layups we had, just going in layup because they were checking the guy so he couldn't get the alley-oop, which meant that the wings didn't have to come in, and our three-point shooting, they didn't get kick out. So they were trying to take our three-point shooting and our roll guy out from the rim, and all we did was shoot layups. So, the offense is designed, you pick your poison, and if we're efficient, we'll take whatever they're giving us and we'll beat it. And again, we look like, if you look at our stats, I think Charlie was giving us our stats, top 20 and top 50 in efficiency, and I don't have exact figures, but they're from 50 to 10. In the Conference USA, the best in all the offensive efficiency stats. Defensively, we're holding teams at least before the last two games under 1 point per possession, which is terrific. You can't look at the score totals. We play a fast pace, and they tickle me to death. All these gurus throw that in as significant for how good a defense you're playing. It has nothing to do with it. A point possession, that's important. And we're under 1, and 1 is the standard. At one time, we were down to 1.7, which is right up in there with the very top, if not the top. But we lead the league. Jared leads in steals, Jansen block shots. We're right there. I think our assist to turnover is the best in Conference USA. Our NTE rankings the highest it's ever been. Our the old RPI is the highest it's ever been. We have a good team, and stats show it. Our record is not gaudy, but again, we've had real bad breaks about playing 7 out of 8 on the road before we got home. And we had to play out of COVID in the middle of those 7 out of 8. So it's been a tough hold for them, but like I said, we're still standing. We're a good ball club. We can play against people.
How happy are you that this is the last road trip of the year till the conference tournament?
Off the record, I get a hip replacement by April the 27th. I'll be glad as hell, because I tell you what, it's been a struggle for me, just standing on it. And you can watch me on the sidelines. I look like a damn 92-year-old, but it's been difficult, but it is what it is. You do the best you can. I always take it back to my granddaddy when he watched his house and business burn down. He had 3 small kids and no insurance. He lost all his money. He rolled his sleeve up and said, "We do it again." And that was the only response he had. He didn't ask for pity. Let's do it again. And so that's kind of where I grew up. And things happen. There's no use crying about it. Just go out there and play. I'll state the obvious. This is what happened, but I'm not whining about it. We'll go out and play, So we'll see what happens. This team's a good team. Is that it? Guys
All
tired
right,
of hearing?
Dan.
Y'all tired of hearing, huh?
No, we like granddaddy stories. Those are awesome.
Y'all tired of
Yeah,
hearing stories.
absolutely.
I know that.
No, keep them coming.
All right, you guys take care, man.
All right, man, be safe.
Dan.
Yeah, I get a shower. God dang. Shower. I barely brushed my damn teeth. I was on Jeremy's ass. I said, you better get some damn guys up here. All right, fellas.
They